Hey guys, welcome back to the Lucas and Nelly channel, and today we're going to be doing some Premier League predictions, matchday predictions. Now it's going to be quite, I'm going to go a little bit on depth as well. Also, I might have a video coming up soon on the international break and the Premier League, so it's the two talking points I want to do, but we're not going to be talking about it today. Well, yes and no. So, anyway, let's go with the Premier League. I just eaten lunch, so full with energy. So let's do this. First match day, Arsenal vs Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest obviously sacked Nuno Espirito Santos and replaced with Ange Postecoglou. He's returning to North London to play Arsenal, his rivals from last season, because he was Tottenham's manager. Do I see getting results? The thing is, there's always the new manager bans. And will I see this with Ange Postecoglou? As much as I want to see Arsenal lose to Forest, I am going to go with a 2-1 win for Arsenal. But sorry, but I won't be surprised if Nottingham Forest can get like a sneaky can get a sneaky point at the Emirates. That's what I'm saying. Next up is Crystal Palace. No, Crystal Palace. Bournemouth versus Brighton. Bournemouth won at Tottenham, so that's a big. So they'll be full of confidence for this match, but also another team, Brighton, has also had a lot of confidence after beating Manchester City at their own at the Amex in Brighton. So this, I think both teams will be fired up. This will be a very close match, I think, because if you look at them in the table, Bournemouth are currently in, well, they 7th, and Brighton are 11th. Anything could happen really, but I'm gonna say a 3-2 win for Brighton. Now I'm conflicted because they are at the Vitality Stadium and I want Brighton to win. But generally thinking, this is what I want to win. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it at 3-2. I'm not gonna change it, but reality, I won't be surprised if Bournemouth win this game. Sorry about that. Even though Brighton beat City, I still think they're gonna win, and I want them to win, but I won't be surprised if Bournemouth wins. So that's what I'm saying. Crystal Palace versus Sunderland. Sunderland obviously got a late winner against Brentford. They played very well despite going 1-0 down, and it could have been, in fact, this match could have ended 2-2 if they haven't disallowed Brentford's goals. So that's something. Now, who do I think will win? Palace has had a good start. They're undefeated, but they're 8th. Okay, so they're not in the spiritual home of 12. That's where Leeds are. I'm tempted. I don't want to, obviously Palace are Brighton's rivals. I don't want them to get anything out of this match. At the same time, it's really hard because this match is they are playing this match at Selhurst Park, so it's going to be kind of difficult for me to go for a Sunderland win here, even though they beat Brentford and West Ham, two Premier League sides, really good. But you know what I mean. They haven't been relegated in so long. It could change this year, but I'm gonna go with a 1-all draw here. Now, if this was at the Stadium of Light, I would have gone with a Sunderland win. But the fact that this is playing at Selhurst Park in London and Sunderland have to travel all the way from Newcastle to London, I just think they're going to be a bit tired, maybe. So I think it's going to be a 1-all draw. But if it was at the Stadium of Light, then I would have gone for Sunderland win. Everton versus Aston Villa. Now, interesting match here because Everton are actually this league table is a bit wrong because when I look online it says on the actual Premier League table it says that Everton are fifth and Sunderland is sixth, so it's just switched around a bit. Everything's fine. It's just also I think it's just because of the goal difference and the points that they did it. But so for now, even though this says Everton are sixth, I'm going to say Everton are in fifth and Sunderland are sixth. But who do I think will win this match? So Sunderland are fifth, and Aston Villa I'm not convinced with Villa this season. 19th place. I know it's only the fourth match day. It's match day 4, and I'm doing the match day 4 predictions. But to be fair, around this time Aston Villa were like high up at the table, so something is going on with Villa. I don't know what it is. Now I still believe in Unai Emery. I think he can do a good job for Villa, and we've seen it. He got Villa to a Champions League quarterfinals against PSG, and almost inspired a comeback. It was just too much for Villa, I think, in that match. But they almost got the point there. With Everton, it's just been a flying start. They beat Brighton. What else did they beat? I know they lost to Leeds, but that was from a penalty on the last minute. So yeah, but even then, Leeds still looked good in that game against Everton. It was still really 50-50. I just want to say Jack Grealish has been such an amazing signing. That has to be the signing of the summer, without even a question. Was it winter or summer? No, it's summer. So, it's very interesting. I'm going to go with something a bit bold. I'm going to go with an Everton 2-0 win. I'm just not convinced with Villa at all this season, and something has to change. Fulham versus Leeds, at Craven Cottage. They're at Craven Cottage. They want to go for the first win this season. Leeds have already won this season. They're doing good. They're doing quite good. They're above the relegation zone. I just noticed that all promoted sides are away from the relegation zone. So that's something interesting there. But I want to go with a Fulham winner. I do kind of want them to get their first win, but at the same time, it's difficult because Leeds have actually looked good. I'm gonna go with a 2-2 draw. I think Leeds will pull up a good game. They will be very defensively. They might concede 2 goals from a mistake or something, but yeah. Newcastle versus Wolves. I don't want to get into this game too much, but Newcastle not looking the best of starts. They're in 17th. They have a higher goal difference than Fulham, so that's why they're not in 18th. They're just above the relegation zone. And Wolves, this is what I thought, because they lost Cunha, and that's what I think kept them up last season. Mateus Cunha, I think it was just. I think he was the main man. He was the star player of Wolves. I think he was the reason. Him and Strand Larsen as well, and I think Strand Larsen is on his way out of Wolves. I think, so that could be potentially even bad news. I'm just gonna say it's 2-0 win for Newcastle. I think at Newcastle at St James's Park, I think they're just gonna get the job done. I think Newcastle have looked better than Wolves this season. West Ham versus Tottenham. Really good win against Forest. Against West Ham. Wasn't expecting it. I kind of wanted Forest to win a little. Against they're at the London Stadium. They're playing Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham did lose to Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth are better than Fulham, so I'm gonna go with a. No. I'm gonna go with a one. I'm actually no. 3-1 to Spurs. I just think they're gonna get the job out of the way. Brentford versus Chelsea. This is interesting because Brentford have been a bit interesting. They lost to Sunderland, they lost to Forest, and then they beat Villa. So they have 2 losses and a win. Now I did predict Brentford to go down this season. Sorry, I'm got the grouching, the blocked throats are back. I'm gonna try and stop doing that. This is very interesting. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say, really. Well, I do know what to do, but it's really difficult. I'm always going to predict a Chelsea win, but what's going to be the scoreline? You know what? Solid. We're going to go 3-0 Chelsea. Why not? This was Burnley versus Liverpool. It is currently, I believe, 14th place. Yeah, 14th place versus first place. Liverpool have gotten have won all the games so far, but there's something I have there's something. Well, obviously I don't like Liverpool, so obviously I have something against them. But the thing on Liverpool this season is they've been leaking too many goals. If you look at last season, they conceded like 1 goal, maybe 2 occasionally, but that's like 1 or 2 goals per every like. One game they will go. The thing is, it's just they've been conceding too many goals this season so far. They've been conceding 2 goals a game, but they've still been able to win. So, the defense worries me this season. That's what I say, and I think if a big 6 side, I think they were quite defensive against Arsenal. They won against Arsenal, but they didn't concede many goals and they scored off a set piece. But I feel like if you just go at Liverpool this season and if you catch them off guard, I think you can score a few goals against them. But the fact is, you can score a few goals against them. But the thing is, I feel like this season, if you want to beat Liverpool, you have to stop them from scoring because they're scoring wise, no problem. They can score too many goals as well. But they also concede. I feel like they're conceding too many goals. Since Burnley won against Sunderland, good result. They lost against United, but they kept that really close. They do have fighting spirit, but United look shit anyway. Sorry, I have to say it. United are improving though, but that's for another story. That's for another day. I'm going to go with something interesting here. I'm going to go with another. No. 3-2 to Liverpool. I think they will concede goals. It's going to be it's going to be like a shock. Not that a shock that they didn't win. It's just a shock that they conceded 2 goals. But at the end of the day, I still see them winning. You have to go with a. But the only reason why I predicted Burnley to score 2 goals is because they're playing at Turf Moor, home advantage, and Turf Moor is a very tough place to go to. So. Yeah, and finally the Manchester derby. City have lost 2 games in a row against Brighton and Tottenham. United haven't. To be fair, they haven't lost this season. If you look at them. Oh no, sorry, I'm an idiot. They have lost this season. They have lost to Arsenal. So I'm stupid. But City have lost more games. That's what I'm trying to say. They lost 2 games. United lost 1. I am an idiot. I am such an idiot. They lost a lot. How do I forget about that Arsenal game? And that game we played good. Obviously United like to turn it up against the big 6 sides. What's the scoreline going to be? It's at the Etihad, but if you look at City's injury record, injuries coming up for this game, they have quite a lot of injuries, so that worries me a bit. Well, no, But if I was a City fan, I'll be worried that you have so many injuries, like they have Marmoush, Oscar Bob, who else? Who else? Etc. Etc. I can't remember the exact list. Another thing that worries me as a United fan is that Haaland scored 5 goals against Moldova yesterday, and and they ended up Norway ended up winning 11-1 against Moldova. But I feel like if you go at City, they could concede a few goals. Call me biased, but I'm gonna go with a 2-1 win for Man United. Come on, United! Come on. So that's the Premier League. Those are my Premier League predictions so far. If we just calculate, so this is what the table will look like. So Wolves 20th, Aston Villa 19th, West Ham 18th, Brentford 17th, Burnley 16th. I don't know what the hell that was. Fulham 15th, Man City 14th, Nottingham Forest 13th. 13th. Leeds stay at 12th. Newcastle go up to 11th. Bournemouth 10. Crystal Palace 9th. Brighton 8th. Man United 7th. Sunderland 6th. Everton 5th. Arsenal 4th. Tottenham 3rd. Chelsea 10th. And Liverpool 1st. So guys, that's my Premier League predictions. Wait until next week's predictions as well. We're going to be trying doing this an annual thing. I won't guarantee it's always going to be on this website. I know next week I'm going to be away. I'm going to go on holiday, so that's good. I'm going to go away on holiday to my dad's farm. I have a few days off. I have 4 days off to next week, so that's something. So yeah, anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.